Hi there, good people of the internet. I'm hoping to finish off the Dresden 7 legs collection today. I finished off the last video here, just in front of this building, pointing out there was a collection here. I'm just going to go to the map. Sorry, just been doing some Legends PvP while everything was uploading and sorting itself out. Right, Science Spire. I'm one block to the right of it and 1, 2, 3 down, looking at this building there. Okay. Where the collectibles are, there is usually, again, because it's completely random, a collectible up here. Now, why do I find this collection such a bind as other people do? Well, there's a collectible on that ledge, just above, well, actually where my hand is right now. But there is usually a collectible that is around here on this ledge, somewhere around there. So be aware that you'll have to drop right the way down from the top of this building right to the bottom to collect it. It's just the way it is with this district. I'm of the mind that they seriously need to get a handle on this collectible area and increase the spawn rate and how many are visible within a set area, because there are just not enough for my liking. For anyone that's interested in actually doing any of these collections, there is just not enough spawning in the area. Now, one can be usually found here. And point in fact of how bloody difficult these things are actually to find. One is usually up here. Can you see there is a little yellow spot that's appearing and disappearing? That's a collectible, and you're supposed to be able to spot that from right up here. So drop down and prove it to you. See, it's appearing. Just, and there we are. And that's practically from the roof of the world right the way down. But I know it says Midtown, but it's just the right side of the Tomorrow district that it really doesn't count. That being said, I've also found collectibles in and around the tree here, which is why I've just come over here. Now, we need to go right back to the top, all the way up here. And you know why. As in the last video, a collectible appears in this semicircle and that semicircle over there. And in that section down there, one can usually spawn. Not very often, but they do. And it's annoying. Now, as with the previous video when I showed a building like this, one can appear in any one of these alcoves. That's an exabyte, not a collectible. And one can appear over there as well in any one of those two. Now, I pointed out in the setup video for this that there were some collectibles that, well, this is the last building section that you're going to want to go to. The bit that I said looks like an L. It does to a little bit, but not much. One can appear on those ledges. Not very often, but it does. those ledges down there, just there, where I'm above, and that's mirrored on this building here as well. The ledges in there. Why I've come to this side first is because, as in the last video, collectibles can spawn in any one of these two buildings here with those ridiculous things going over each other, and they are usually underneath those ridiculous things with the two things going over each other, so be careful. The next one is going to be blindingly obvious. It's on the ledges. Can you see the collectible? No, because that's not a collectible, that's... Oh, it is. It's staying put. Right, on the ledges there. And, point in fact, there is one that usually spawns in the middle of that building. I'm going to show it to you in a second. But also on that one there as well. And it's the same configuration as it is for that building just above my head. One appears in any of the two hemicircles and right in the middle. So in there, and right down at the bottom. Right, now let's go and get this collectible down here. And that's the problem. It's not a collectible, it's a briefing. Or is it even a briefing, is it? Yeah, it's a briefing. Sorry. Or is it an investigation? Oh, it's one of the two. I can't think. It's 11:39, so it's a little bit late. Not too late for gaming, but a little bit late. This video is going to go up tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. Sorry if you can't hear me. That's a briefing, not a collection. One has appeared on those fountains, not very often, but it has. Now, from here, you can sometimes find one in that building site, not very often. This building, check those two alcoves. That section down there, I've come this way for a reason. One can appear in this building as there is on the opposite end of the Tomorrow District, in the section where my lantern ring is lighting up there, there, and there, and also in this section where is there, and hopefully you can see it roughly around about there. And then we come back here. I know it looks like there may be collectibles down on the ground floor, but I've never found one there, and I've been down there plenty of times just to make sure. One can appear in any one of those two alcoves that I've just passed, but hasn't this time. Again, on that section of roof. Also, you'll find, because of the repeatability of buildings, they've just plonked the same kind of building type, but also plonked the same spawning type as well. So as right where I started with this collection, one can appear there, and also right down at the bottom. And this is actually where I'm going to finish up with the Tomorrow District, because I'll only end up doing a loop. So I'm going to go back to where I started. One can appear down in there. I've mentioned that in part 2, I think. I'm going to go back to where I started this collection, because I missed one. One can appear, but hasn't there. No. And one can sometimes appear there, on that section of the roof. Almost the roof of the world, but not quite. That's a briefing. Actually, I think it's one of the briefings that you need to collect the chest. I think. Anyway, I'm going to end up back where I started this grand tour of the Tomorrow district. I'm going to do speedrun videos of all the locations of every region where you can get these, just because it's going to save a lot of time and bother for a lot of people. But I